Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today it's all about shin splints. So we're going to talk about ways that you can heal yourself, kind of fix it all yourself, and ways that you can prehab so you don't get it in the future if you're a person that had shin splints before. So we're going to be talking a little bit about foot mobility, foot and ankle strength, and also a little bit about running form. Alright, so we're going to start off easily with developing a little bit of foot mobility. So if your foot is very kind of stuck the way you move, usually different muscles will have to do a bit more work. So for example, if I'm running and I don't have this mobility to push off and my ankle gets stuck here, suddenly that shin has to do a little bit of extra work. That can lead to shin splints. Okay, so we're going to try and get a little bit of mobility in our foot. We're going to get down onto our knee. We're going to place this pretty low, and we're just going to put some pressure on here. So just getting a bit of mobility through the ankle. And I'll just do that for a couple of minutes, just putting a bit of weight. So I actually use my own body weight to push down, so I'm getting that mobility up. So if you're very tight, you'll only get to here. And then you want to start working your way lower and lower while keeping that heel on the ground. Another one is actually sitting down, and I'm going to grab my foot. I'm going to put all my fingers in between my toes, and I'm going to slowly massage through here, circling through it. So I'm getting a bit of mobility in my big toe and the front of the foot, just making sure that it's moving nice and smooth. So going up and down, going in circular motions, just really developing a little bit more mobility in the front of your foot. And then same thing from here, I'm going to grab my toes and actually get a little bit more mobility in my ankle. So I'm going to push it out and then bring it back, push it out, bring it back. So just getting a little bit of mobility through it. And then last one, literally just going to sit on here. I'm just going to lift my knees just a tiny bit. So developing that mobility in your ankles, in your feet. This should feel also pretty good if you have shin splints, because I would stretch out the shins a little bit. So obviously this is a quick demonstration. You should spend at least 10 minutes a day doing those free mobility exercises. Sitting watching TV and just going through it. So that consistency will really help. Now we want to build a little bit of strength in our feet. So the first basic one is literally just stepping up, holding on your toes, and just walking forward. So really nice and controlled. Just trying to balance on each foot. So walking forward, then walking backwards. Just nice and controlled as you do it, building a bit of strength in our calves, in our feet. Second one is walking on your heels. So exactly the same thing, keeping straight lines, nice and controlled through it. A few steps back. So really getting the feet a little bit stronger. Shake your legs a bit, and then we're going to get into a little bit of stability in the foot as well. So we want to get that foot a lot stronger. So literally just standing on one foot at a time, making sure that foot is straight, and closing your eyes. So if you try this at home, you'll see that there's a lot of movement in your feet, a lot of little muscles in your feet just getting stronger. So we're searching to develop that stability in your foot. Alright, so again, 3 exercises that you can do for about 10 minutes each day. You can divide it into morning 5 minutes, 5 minutes at night, really staying consistent with it. And then the third way to think about it is your running form. So after you've done the mobility, you build a little bit of strength. When you get back out there running, you want to start thinking a bit more about your running form. So what happens when you run and you land in front of your body, you put a lot of pressure onto your ankle, your foot, your calf, your Achilles, and for some people they'll get tight calves. For some people, they will get shin splints. For some people, they will get knee pains. So it all comes down to landing underneath your body. So that will come down to a high cadence. So obviously we're looking for that 180, but anywhere between 170 and 180 is a perfect amount. So that means you want to be doing a lot of steps, but making sure that it's not kind of rushing through it and going a lot of steps, but you're actually getting a good leg turnover. So you're lifting that knee up and you're landing underneath your body. The best way to think about it is when you run and you go forward, you want to think about bringing the foot underneath your body and not throwing it forward and kind of breaking in front of you. Together with that running form, you also want to build a little bit of glute strength. So if your glutes are not strong enough and they're not firing correctly, then a lot of that power would have to come through the calves and the feet. Once the feet and the calves have to do work to push you forward, then for some people they will get shin splints. For some people they will get a sore toe, or like pains underneath their foot or underneath their heel. You know, we're all kind of designed a little bit different. There's many variables to it, but if you start thinking about landing underneath your body, most likely you'll take away the chance of getting shin splints. Okay, so just to summarize, you want to build mobility in your feet, strength in your feet, stability in your feet, and you want to start thinking about your running form, making sure that you land underneath your body and not in front. You can get somebody to record you side on, so they will keep the camera side on. You will run across in slow-mo, you'll stop it, and if you see that you land in front of your body, you know you got to work on it. So you want to be landing straight underneath your body. So that means that cadence has to be super high so you can actually land underneath your body, and then the right muscles are going to fire, which is your glutes, to push you forward, rather than your calves and your feet having to do a lot of work to move that weight across to the next step. Hopefully that makes sense. I've worked with a lot of runners that had shin splints as a running coach, and usually this does the job. So it's about that consistency. A few good days of not running, doing a bit of cross training is fine, a bit of flat walking, moving a little bit is good for it, a bit of self massage, as long as you're not going too hard on it, will really help. But building that mobility and strength and stability in your feet would make a big difference. If you haven't had shin splints before, and a good way to prehab is spend a bit of time not wearing shoes. So if you do a run on the grass somewhere, walk for 10 minutes barefooted after your run, try and walk barefooted around the house, get those feet stronger. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.